Is it realistic to believe that, as you said, based on good faith, Quebecers are not going to go from one red region to the orange region without checkpoints on the highways? Is that realistic to believe that good faith is enough?
Yes, we have to rely on good faith from Quebecers, and we have from the very beginning of the pandemic, because as I said, we have 15,000 police officers in Quebec, and we are more than 8 million people. So it is not realistic to think that every single person can be under surveillance 24/7. So we have to first follow the recommendations that are made by the public health, and public health doesn't recommend that we do checkpoints at this moment. And I said that it is understandable because our police officers are actually busy for the surveillance of the curfew and the surveillance of the quarantine for people who come from a travel. And they have been giving almost 7,000 tickets since January 10th. So in less than a month. So I think it gives a proof that they are very busy and they are doing their job and they are very efficient in making sure that rules are respected.
So in other words, if this is a public health decision not to have checkpoints between regions, what you're saying is that public health has determined that it makes more sense for the protection of Quebecers as a whole for police to concentrate on managing quarantines and those who are coming back from travel than it is to try to micromanage Quebecers who are already in the province and possibly moving from one region to another. Like, they had to make a choice, essentially, and they've determined that it's a more efficient use of resources to concentrate on international travelers.
You would have to ask them directly. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but this is the conclusion that we draw. We can say that. We draw from the fact that they don't recommend making checkpoints, and they do agree on the fact that police officers are very useful doing the curfew and the quarantine thing. And once again, if we look at the number of fines that are given, I think it is very useful. Imagine that our police officers wouldn't do that. Those almost 7,000 tickets wouldn't have been given. So there would be people not following the curfew and not following the quarantine. And if we look at the fact that the number of cases and the number of hospitalization has significantly decreased, I think we can conclude that this whole set of measures is working. But we have to be very careful because the variants,
That's it.
and the vaccines that don't come in as fast as we would like to make us worry. We're still worried, and we have to remain very careful.